the program out with the latest comment that came out of his mouth. Have you heard about this, Brian? I saw well, it was either a tweet or it was a tweet of a quote that he said on a program or whatever, but it was a statement that came from his own chicken lips. He said, Vince Russo said that Triple H's creative is the worst creative in the history of professional wrestling.
Oh, come on. He didn't really say that. He can't really mean that, even if he said it.
He said that, followed up by, I don't know why he doesn't call me.
There it is.
There
it is.
No. What do they play when they hit a home run? Play that on the organ. He said, first of all, I didn't really mean it. I was just making a joke. First of all, Triple H's creative is the worst in professional wrestling history, coming from Vince Russo, said Mr. Pot to Mr. Kettle. Even if it ain't too good, which we have been making that point here lately on the program ourselves.
Lately.
When you say worst in the history of professional wrestling, you are ignoring the incredible legacy and the body of work presented by the guy that just made that statement. And then part B to this Medicare Medicare Part B, that's what Russo needs. He's my age, and he's still groveling like a Dickens street urchin. I don't know why he doesn't call me. Maybe because it's been almost 30 years since you worked there and you're still trying to do the same shit. And even Jerry Springer is canceled and dead. But to quote Jackie Fargo, the gall of him. Can you believe that? Even if, Eddie Graham may have a right to say that, or Bill Watts, or a few names like that, but and is that also the right way to go about getting a job that you still apparently so desperately want when you can't understand why the guy you've just said is the worst ever at what he's doing, why he won't call you so you could fix it all?
I don't think he wants a job. Remember, a few years ago, he quit the wrestling business. He said, I'm done forever, no matter what.
That went like all the other wrestling retirements. I'm the only one that's honored my commitment. Me and Jack Briscoe.
That's right. But his podcast sucked.
Well, but, that wasn't his bailiwick. But so to commemorate the occasion of Vinny Roo making that statement, and I'm sure that Triple H will be putting a call in immediately as soon as somebody fucking ties him down and kidnaps members of his family and forces him to. But
you said that's how he would get a job. That's not how he would get a job. Do you think he's emailed Ari Emanuel yet?
Oh, you would have to think.
That's what he does. He tries to email the person in charge who wouldn't know as much as the people on the ground about what he does. That's his move. Do you think he's emailed Ari yet?
Well, would he email Ari or would he email Nick? Or who would he think is the top of that food chain that would do him the most good while still never having actually worked with him in person to believe the horror stories?
I don't know. People who work with Mark Shapiro think he's a moron. A very successful moron, but a moron nonetheless.
I was about to say, well, then they've got something in common, but then you added successful moron, and now you've taken that away.
Yeah, I don't know.
Again, he's publicly said he's written a network in the past. He's written multiple networks in the past. He's written multiple companies in the past.
Vince. He was writing to Vince.
He was writing Vince until Vince said, a good day, pal. Basically, even Vince didn't want to put up with it anymore. You would think at some point he would realize, well, maybe, just maybe, none of these people want anything to fucking do with me. And I know some of the Cornette haters out there are going to, they don't want anything to do with you either. And the feeling is mutual. I'm not asking publicly or privately. That's the fucking point. This dipshit, whenever it's convenient, he talks about how or he'll write a book about how wrestling ruined his life. He can't stand wrestling or the people in it. They're the worst kind of people. And he never should have been involved in this, except Next week, when he's got to do another show or continue to look for a job, oh, but I could help the booking in this place or that place or the other place. He's a 65-year-old man that is booking for a wrestling promotion run as a side rib by actual clowns. And that's the only place that he can do his 30-year-old shtick. Gosh, I hate to say somebody's stuck in the past, but my God. Again, Springer's dead, off the air. A lot of people don't want to hear about the fucking is a girl pregnant and who's responsible. Well, we got to paternity test the whole goddamn roster. But he remains blissfully ignorant. You know, people say ignorance is bliss, and he's a happy son of a bitch every time you see him.
You know, I will say, though, I think they should do it. Because I would love to watch Unreal to see the writer's room when Vince Russo starts throwing his ideas out there and all these guys in their sweater vests have to deal with that.
The last time that happened, and what was it? Was it 2001 or 2002 or whatever, when they brought him back? He had one meeting with the writers, and they universally told Vince McMahon they would mutiny if this person was brought there. That is the only time that I have ever heard a firsthand account from inside the WWE of where Vince McMahon apologized to members of his staff. He actually, he said, "I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I thought it would work." That was a landmark moment in Stamford, Connecticut.
What do you think that's like days later? Like, I got a gig. It's going to be great. I'm doing my thing again. Oh, the phone's ringing. Who's that?
Yeah, the phone rings. Don't answer the phone. The call is coming from inside Titan Tower. So anyway, that was the statement he made, and people took to it like you could imagine.